Hello, all. All right. Today is the last webinar of the year. Welcome all those who are just joining in. I
Hello,
will
all.
quickly wait
All
for.
right. Today is the last webinar of the year. Welcome all those who are just joining in. I
Hello,
will
all. Quickly wait
All
for.
right. Today is the last webinar of the year.
Okay. Hi, Pranjula. Can you hear me? Okay, let's wait for one more minute while people are joining in. Hi, Pranjula.
Hi, I was just,
All
how
right.
are you? Good morning, good
Good morning,
afternoon.
good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So, yeah, I think let's get started. It's 12 o'clock in, yeah, great. Shall we start, Pranjala?
Yes,
All right.
I'll just screen share. Thank you for joining, everybody. Welcome to our webinar on Global Talent Visa, where we share our journey. We tell you what is Global Talent Visa, what is the process around it, who are we, and then take your questions. If you have any questions, you can wait till the end. Okay, let me just see if there's a way to yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen clearly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, what is Global Talent Visa? It's an amazing visa. It's a visa that we know that we have come on. It is for academia, research, art and culture, and digital technology. It's if you want to work and live in the UK in any of these fields. It's for both leaders as well as potential leaders, and it a way to reach to your indefinite leave to remain. It can happen within 3 years or 5 years, depending on your endorsement type or field. We'll dig into all of this in the upcoming slides, so you'll have a clarity on what we're talking about. You have to be at least 18 years old for this visa. You cannot be in school and applying for this visa, of course. You don't need a job offer. That's a very big and important point for this. That's the advantage for this visa. You don't need to invest millions of dollars to get this visa. It's whatever the fees is there for home office. That's what you need to do. And most importantly, you just need to prove that you are a global talent to be eligible for this visa. And when I say talent, just on the basis of the fact that whether you are an architect or a founder or a musician, an artist, you can be coming on this visa just on the basis of how skilled you are. So this is different to the skilled worker visa. Also, there's another visa like that. But this is for you to prove that what exactly is your talent, and these are just listed here as all the possible professions that come under global talent visa. It's the ultimate mobility solution. The best part about this visa is that you can be in the UK for 6 months and you can be out of the UK for 6 months. You don't need to be, in one place. You can travel for work. If you get some work opportunity, it's a good visa for that. There's a lot of flexible employment. You can work as a freelancer. You can have your own business. You can do a job if you want that does not sponsor you. Also, it's okay. You don't need a sponsorship. So there are a lot of advantages to this visa. There are endorsing bodies here, where, as you can see, Tech Nation, Arts Council England, UKRI, but we'll talk about them in the upcoming slides. But the best part is that it's very flexible a visa for you to get. You're not tied to a job or a place because of this. You don't need to exactly be in London. You can be Birmingham, Manchester. You can be in other cities for work as well. Um, Good thing that one would say we're just talking about all the like reasons why this is a amazing visa to be on, because it's allowed us also that flexibility, and that's what we've been experiencing in our career. You can have this visa for 5 years, and then after that you can extend it for the next 5 years. So practically you can be on this visa for over 10 years. Of course, that should not be a case that you will come to, because within 3 years, if you are a exceptional leader in your field, within 3 years you can shift to an indefinite leave to remain. So, compared to all other options of coming to the UK or staying back in the UK or even getting a PR status, this is something that really works well when you're there on Global Talent Visa. Who are we? We are the people who have been there, done that. We are the people who came on this visa, and then we started getting a lot of inquiries from our friends and acquaintances, and then a lot of like the word of mouth spread, and over time we've been just advising people on what is the process and the best way to get a global talent visa. When I got Global Talent Visa myself, I was in Gwalior. It's a small town in the heart of India, in heart of Madhya Pradesh. And this was during COVID. The opportunities were very limited. I was working whatever I could work remotely, and getting this visa changed my life in terms of the access of opportunities. I had worked in the films, I had worked in Mumbai, I had published books, I had worked in theater, podcasting. So these are some of the clips from everywhere. I'd given lectures. But the kind of international exposure and the opportunities that you get after being in London, that was incomparable to anything that I was getting earlier before getting this visa. I was in the UK for my master's as well, but you don't have the flexibility to work with the way you can work on this visa. You can freelance without stress. You can travel without stress. You can attend conferences and things. So that's my journey. That's who I am. Now I'll bring in my partner Abhishek, who will talk about who is he.
Sure.
Over
Thank you
to
for
you.
that, Angela, for making us understand and everybody what a global talent visa is. So, as all of you might have seen, Global Talent Visa is one of the most prestigious visas in UK, which gives you, I think as of now, what I know as of now is the fastest settlement route as well in within 3 to 5 years, depending on which route you apply for. My story is I came in UK in 2022 and I did not know about what Global Talent Visa is. I did not come on Global Talent Visa. I got to know about it after a year, and then me and one of my friends, both of us applied, both of us could not get through. So I did not get my Global Talent Visa in the first time when I applied. Then I again applied within 10 days and then I got it. So that has been my understanding. I realized that I already wasted around 1 year because I had no clue there was no webinar happening like this on Global Talent Visa. And that's why, so I got through technician in business and technology, and Pranjula got through arts and culture. And that's why we joined hands to at least create awareness about Global Talent Visa and let people know that this is a very interesting approach to a visa. My background has been into entrepreneurship from last 12 years. I started my first company in 2012. Still run it. I took an exit. I ran a company in metaverse as well. Took an exit. Have been very active in a lot of conferences as a speaker, as a panel member, as a judge. I've also spoken at TEDx. Have been selected by AWS. I've also been to multiple places, and that's how I think the exposure which you get definitely is extremely huge. Once you move to London, or for that matter UK, it's a hub of technology, arts, AI, Web3, everything is happening here. So that is my quick introduction from what I have been. And again, a lot of people think that if you need to get a global talent visa, you need to be a tech entrepreneur, or need to be in technology, you need to be engineer. So let me simply give you an advice. It doesn't matter. And as Pranjula spoke about, that the only criteria which you need to have is you must be 18 years old and you should have some talent. So even uh, I'm not an engineer. I have my graduation is in hotel management. So they don't consider. In fact, we have seen certain cases where people have not even completed their graduation, but still they have talent. If they have work experience, if they have worked, they are eligible, and they do get through global talent visa as well, right? Next slide, please. Now, what is the current success ratio of global talent visa? Is 70% of people who apply, they get through, and it is based in two stages, which we will talk about. Stage one is endorsement, and stage two is visa. Again, a disclaimer: we only work on the stage one. We are not solicitors, we are not immigration lawyers. For the stage two of the visa, which is stage two of to get the visa, you have to talk to a solicitor, you have to talk to immigration lawyer. If you are there, if you we can obviously connect you with few people whom we work very closely with, but we are not immigration lawyers. And the most important part for the stage is to get the endorsement. Once the endorsement is done, 90% of people get those visas. Then it's just a simple formality. The home office will maybe do a small background check of you. And the good part is, if you don't get the endorsement, that does not reflect on your visa. So what I mean by that is, your visa is not rejected. So your history of your visa is not rejected. There is no mark on it, because if you could not get through the endorsement, it is only through the endorsement stage, right? We'll talk more about in this detail when we move forward. Yeah. Next slide, please. Now, so as we have been into this category, into this industry for a very long time, we have been researching other landscapes, other countries, other visas also. In UK, and I think global talent visa is one of the best visas in terms of timelines, in terms of commitment, and in terms of mobility, which we already spoke about. That you don't need anybody to sponsor you. You can do whatever. You can do a job. You are not tied to a particular company. You can do your own business. You can do your own consulting. Like, I mean, I would say practically you are on ILR, if even if you are on global, because you are not bound to any company here, right? Next slide, please. Now, what is happening between H1B, and we have seen H1B was an extremely famous category of visa, but from last 1 year it has been becoming extremely difficult. Now, what happens in global talent visa? It is a faster settlement, and the best part, a lot of people don't know about this as well, is global talent visa. There is no capping, so it doesn't mean that they have that the government has a limited quota, that they will only allow 5,000 people in a year. It is a no cap, so there's no cap of restrictions. Depending of how many people come, if they are talented enough, they might get their endorsement, because it all depends on the endorsement body. So there is no cap on it, and it is I mean, definitely extremely cheap as compared to H1B visa, which is, I think, as of now 100K per year, or one lifetime, I don't know, but it is the cheapest one. And you can also get your family included in global talent visa, which means if your spouse, your dependents can also come to UK. They can also work, and they don't have to do anything. I mean, they don't have to look for a sponsor, because again, they are dependent on you, the person who's got the global talent visa, right? Next slide, please. Now, we have seen, because it's a quite a new visa, which just started 5 years back. It is not very famous, but we have started seeing people uh, applying for it. We have seen at least 30 to 40% increase in the last 5 years. And definitely UK needs talented people. They have put very strict immigration laws, and which is definitely good for the country. But they also understand that the global talent visa is an exception. So for that, even in the latest one, they have not made many changes in it, because they want talented people to come here to grow the UK economy, to help and to add in UK society. So that's what they have been doing. You have an early mover advantage because, again, as I said, it's relatively quite new visa in last just 5 years. So a lot of people don't know about it. And if you have a chance, if you think you can make through it, I think you should definitely try for it and definitely go for it. Next one. Yeah, you want to take this, Pranjula?
Sure. So, what are the benefits of Global Talent Visa? Abhishek's already told you a lot of benefits, but just to summarize, family inclusion, work flexibility, lower costs. Compared to all other visa types, this visa has got the lowest of costs, reduced fees compared to other visa types. It's the fast track settlement. So within 3 years, you can get an ILR. That's not there on any other visa or any other way to get to the UK on a very permanent basis. And then no sponsorship. So based on your personal achievements and skills only, you can come. So this slide just summarizes all your ways of why, what are the benefits of being on Global Talent Visa. So, we finally come to the stages. We've been talking about what is Global Talent Visa and how it's so attractive. Let's tell you now on the technicalities of what happens. There are two main stages that we spoke about. One is endorsement, and the other is visa. The endorsement stage is where we can really that's where it's the most crucial aspect, because if once you get an endorsement, 90% chances that you will get the visa, unless you are doing some documents that you're missing out on. So what is endorsement? Endorsement stage is where you understand which category that you fall into depending on the profession that you're applying from. So if you're going from academia, you will be there in, Royal Academy of Engineering or UKRI. If you're there in digital technology, you will have Tech Nation as your endorsing body. If you're there in art and culture, you will have Arts Council England as your endorsing body. So in endorsement, you have to be endorsed from one of these endorsing bodies, them vouching for the fact that you are a global talent. They recognize that fact that you are a global talent. With the whole global talent visa, global talent bit is your endorsement bit. And that's where you have to prepare your documents something so correctly. So these are the documents that are there. You have to submit your CV, personal statement, 3 letter of recommendations. You'll have a decision timeline of 1 to 8 weeks, depending on your endorsing bodies or route. And sometimes there is a fast track route available, again, depending on the category that you're applying for, that you can get the decision within 2 weeks itself. Once approved, you get the endorsement letter, which would be valid for 3 months only. So within those 3 months, you have to then apply for the second stage. But this is where the whole endorsement thing is. You have to be endorsed by one of these endorsing bodies. They either endorse you as an exceptional talent or an exceptional promise. So, exceptional talent would be you are already a leader. You are someone who stands out in the crowd, in your field, in your industry. You've been invited as speakers, you've been given awards. You are like very clearly, you are a leader. You've raised funding, you're there as a founder. That's your established leader bit. In exceptional promise, you are an emerging leader. You are promising to be a leader. So these could be more on a group activities, like it. You're showing yourself as a promise to be a leader. So there you get either 3 years or 5 years. There are a lot of benefits. Those are things that you get as part of when you're applying for. But essentially, all of these factors are determined within this stage of endorsement. You need to prove yourself to be a global talent within the first stage of endorsement. visa application. This is the next stage. So after you get your endorsement, you have to apply for the visa. This is quite straightforward as it would be for applying for a tourist visa or things. You have to make sure that you are applying within 3 months. That's something that you need to keep in mind. You will get the decision after this. Once you've applied for the visa as a second stage, you get the decision within 3 weeks if you're outside the UK, or within 8 weeks if you're inside the UK. Again, even in this, there could be an additional fee for faster processing. You need your passport, biometrics, endorsement letter, and basic supporting documents. Even in the endorsement letter, like once you are endorsed as a global talent, you just get an email and your number quoted of endorsement. That is something that you have to quote in your visa application. So these two stages are your way to get the global talent visa, and these are very important stages. I would say 70-80% is more heavy on the endorsement side. Your visa application is as much as just formality of processing the visa and just making sure that you have your basic supporting documents all together. As long as you have that, you do get the visa in 90% of the cases again. Okay. Global talent visa requires strategic application and preparation. Because it is such an attractive visa, that's why it doesn't mean that you will get it as easily. It's important that you prepare and take your time to prepare for it. It's important that you navigate your timeline accordingly. You apply for the correct sector endorsement. You can be, for example, you can be having a PhD in a particular subject, but you have been practicing in another like you have been working in another field for the last 3 to 5 years. So you will not be applying in the PhD or the academia category. Your category will be more valid for your most recent experience. So 3 to 5 years is that, like, say, if you've been a filmmaker for 3 to 5 years, you will apply for the arts and culture category. You won't apply for the academia category. So your sector endorsement and understanding which endorsing body will approve your talent, that's again another important aspect of keeping in mind when before you're applying. What are your fee considerations? We'll come to that what are the official home office fees including the health surcharge, so you know you can prepare and budget accordingly. What are your document preparation? That's something that now we'll be discussing. And avoiding pitfalls. This is something that we'll be discussing across the webinar, because while consulting multiple clients from multiple fields, we've understood that what works, what doesn't work. Because in this way you could be it's not just like applying for a job, it's applying for a country's approval of saying that you are a global talent. So you could be feeling that, yeah, like you're the best person in your field, but if you don't present it in the correct manner, then you will just fall down the hole of, like, you just fall down that. So you don't want to be in a rush in that sense. It's very important that you're speaking the language of the UK endorsing bodies that are there. What exactly do they want? What are the specific requirements? Even in something as simple as a letter of recommendation, it's not something that you can just submit a generic letter of recommendation, right? Like, it has to be as per what they say. They say that, okay, how will you contribute to the UK? Or like attach the bio of the person who's recommending. These are not the things that you will do in your giving a letter of recommendation for a job per se. So avoiding those pitfalls is something that we will be discussing throughout the webinar. But this slide basically gives you an idea of just because it looks that attractive and it's damn good to have doesn't mean that it's going to be that easy. But we're there for that. Don't worry. Abhishek, over to you.
So yeah, so as Pranjula mentioned, there are a set of documents, there are a certain rules in which you have to submit these documents, and the most important part is you don't have any kind of interview. You will not meet the person who's going to endorse the endorsement body, you're not going to meet them. So you only have, let's say, a 10-minute, they will just look at your documents, in fact, and then decide whether to give you the endorsement or not. Also understand that a lot of time people think that they are sitting there to reject your endorsement. That's not the case. They are in fact looking for people, but you have to put it into a proper format, into right thing, because the person is just going to get 10 minutes to see your application and then decide on that. So moving on to the next slide, there are certain documents which are needed, which is a personal statement, a CV, and as you can see, they also have given a maximum limit. So you cannot add more than 3 pages. You cannot add different kind of thing which you need to do, letter of recommendations, which are three. Then we have MC1, MC2, MC3, which are mandatory criteria, and you also have optional criteria, which we will go in the next few slides. But these are the only things which you need when you are applying for your global talent visa. Next slide, please.
And this thing is there, like the optional and the mandatory is there specifically for the technician category.
Yeah,
In arts and culture category, it'll be all 10 evidences and they have their own requirements.
correct. So yeah, so as we said that we have been doing it for a lot of clients of ours, and we have just put few screenshots of some of the work. So what is needed for the mandatory criteria is you need to have your CV, you need to have recommendation letters, your personal statement, what you are going to do. So as what is, how will you add value in UK? That is something which you need to do. From an evidence types, you need to have 10 pieces, which includes awards and recognition, publications, your achievements, your proof of work, and your professional appearances. So all these things are extremely detailed documentation, and you cannot exceed more than 3 pages. In fact, for all the letter of recommendations, at least for technician, which what I know is you also have to give the CV of the person who is giving this letter to you. So you can't just put anyone and then give it. Next one. Next one is optional criteria. So you have to showcase innovation. So this is one of my letters, somebody who gave it to me. Innovation or your criteria of outside occupation or significant contribution which you have done to your company. Academic contribution is usually for people who are going for an academia route for PhDs, but rest of normal people like us who are applying for tech or arts, they can apply for either through OC1, OC2, or OC3. But these are also extremely important documents. A lot of time you have to decide that, you might think that this person is the right person to give you a letter of recommendation. But once you talk to us, we might suggest you that this is not the right person. You might can take it from some. So that is also, again, because we have been dealing, we have gone through this whole journey ourselves. We understand, what will create more importance, because again, you have limited time, you have limited number of pages, so you cannot keep writing too many things and then confuse the person who's going to read your application. Next slide, please. Then you also have to have all these personal statements, which are extremely important. Is that how are you going to add value to UK, your CV? So a lot of people think that, if I'm not a PhD, I'm not a master's. That is not at all requirement. Even there are few people who have not completed the graduation, they might have dropped out, but if they have work experience, if they have talent, you can still get it through. And that's how you go through the whole stage of your documentation, which is for technician at least around 15 documents which you need to submit, and then you apply for your endorsement, right? Next slide, please. Now, so if this is the most important slide, if you can think of, which again, you might think that me and Pranjula have been repeating this again and again, but the most important part is how do you show your impact in those 10 minutes? How do you show your impact, what you have done, what you're going to do in those limited number of documents? So it has to be done in that format, which UK endorsing body will understand, rather than you writing too many things. That will not work, and we have seen it multiple cases. People, in fact, I think I'm one of the biggest examples of those. When I submitted my document for the first time, my endorsement got rejected. Then I again reworked on those documents and applied again in 10 days. So nothing changed in those 10 days. I didn't get a Nobel Prize, I didn't win an Oscar, nothing happened. It was the same thing. It was just the formatting, it was just how you presented those documents, and next time I got it done. So this is the most important part of how you put it, and then present it to them. Next slide, please. Now, what is happening in 2026 is the endorsement letters are increasing. They are going to increase the stages as well. I think even for arts and culture, they've started asking for CV now. Earlier, there was no CV, correct, Pranjula? Yeah.
Right.
So that has been happening. Mandatory CVs are also required. So as we said, there are things which are definitely changing because it has become extremely popular, and they want to only attract the best people from the world, and that's why they are making few more changes. Next slide, please. Now, what happens? How does this whole process works with Horizon Bloom? As we said, we are a extremely niche boutique consulting firm. We don't do any other kind of visa. We don't do any country visa. We don't even do visa. In fact, even for we only help in the endorsement stage of only two categories, which is arts and culture, which will be done by Pranjula, for tech and business, which will be done by us, because we have done this and we understand these two categories. This is what we do. We help you in consult you in your documentation for the endorsement stage, right? So now what is the first step is you can book an initial call with us. We can help you assess, understand your category, understand, tell you which would be a good route to apply, tell you which endorsement body you can apply. Number two is then we can start working with you on optimizing your CV, your personal statement, references. In fact, all your documentation, we can start building it up. Third stage is then you assemble the documents and then you apply for the endorsement. Again, as I said, we will help you till the documentation stage. Then applying is a very simple thing. You have to go yourself, create an account on Home Office, apply for your endorsement, apply for it. Once that is done, then you can again apply for the visa, which is stage number two. So once the endorsement is done, then you have that letter, then you can apply for the visa, which is, as we said, 90% people get it once you have got it endorsed. So till the endorsement stage is something which we can help you with all the documentations. Next slide, please. All right, so I think we'll skip this because we are live on YouTube as well, and I don't know how to do a poll on YouTube today. So let's skip this slide. Sorry.
Okay.
Next one. So these are some of the people who have worked with us. We have Pankaj Dubey. We have people from all the walks of life, whether they are in technology, whether they are in arts and culture. We have helped a lot of people get in. These are just some of the people who have worked with us. We have a list of more than 30 plus clients who have been successfully granted endorsements from here. Next slide, please. Now, yeah, Pranjali, you want to go ahead?
Sure. How can we help? But now we'll break it down on exactly what happens in these consultations. The first stage that we have for you is initial profile review. This is offered in three stages. You can book a quick 15-minute slot, a 30-minute slot, a 45-minute slot, depending on really how much you want to talk to us about your case. So we have offered it in that sense so that we are accessible for you and you don't feel like you need to hesitate before really coming on board. And we also get to understand that can we take you on as a client for this thing, because of our niche and boutique nature and of our one-on-one consultancy. We can only take 2 to 3 clients every month. So we don't onboard, or we are not like mass consulting in any way. It's not a generic advice because every advice is tailored to your profile. So the first bit is initial profile review, where we give you a yes, no, maybe. We just maybe go through your CV, your documents, and tell you which category will you be eligible for, which endorsing body you should be going for, whether you will be an exceptional talent or an exceptional promise. These are all the things that we discuss in your initial profile review. We're just giving you a direction. Strategic application review is where we actually sit with your documents and we give you, okay, these are your gaps, these are your strengths. Let's plan it like this. Maybe if you have 15-20 people that you have to give that you can possibly get a letter of recommendation from, this is where we advise you on, okay, no, maybe you should not go with this one, go with this one. As per our experience and expertise, this one would help you more getting it. So it ensures that you are exactly meeting your contribution to the UK requirements. In our strategy aspect, we sit on a call with you along with everything that you have, and we help you making sure that you have a UKVI compliant checklist, and making sure your alignment of your personal statements and letters are there as per the criteria. This is where we are tightening up and making your application stronger, and actually giving you our overall aspect of let's make this work. And these could be divided in multiple sessions. This could be there with back and forth exchange of emails, but uh, essentially it is for you to give a roadmap to your profile and understand that further. Yes, Abhishek.
So yeah, and we can also help you in developing your CV, your portfolio, your letter of recommendations, your OC1, OC2, OC3, your mandatory criteria documentation. So this is the till the stage of endorsement. You have to then go and apply for the visa yourself. As I said, we are not immigration lawyers. We are not solicitors. We can only help you till the endorsement stage. After that, if you need, we work with a set of immigration lawyers in partnership with in UK. We can introduce you to them, and then you can work with them for the final visa filing. But I mean, once your endorsement is done, 90% of your work is done, then usually it gets very easy from there. But we can definitely introduce you to few people from immigration law firms who can help you in the final visa filing as well, right? Next slide. Now, this is the official fees of Home Office. It's around, and again, it is as of now of December 2025. It might change if you are depending on when you watch this video. Currently, it's around £561 when you apply for the self for the endorsement, 205 when you apply for the visa. So which means if you are including your partners or your children, they'll also need to pay 766 per person. Then there's a health surcharge of £1,035. So I'm just giving example to you. If there's a family of three, you approximately pay £11,000, 463. So it is good to, if you are single, it is cheaper for you. If you have a family, if you have a spouse, it will be expensive for you, but they all get to work on that. But this is a standard rate which you directly pay to government. This is not including our fees of how you pay to the government. Next slide, please. Now, how do we work? As Pranjala mentioned, we work on three models. One is you can have a one-on-one call with us. In which if you already written the documents, if you already have everything ready, and you want to have a quick strategy call with us of giving you some guidance, having a quick go through your documents and explain you what needs to be done. If it can be done in 45 minutes, we can do that. Or we can also move to second package in which we do a 60-minute strategy session with you, understand your requirements, where you are, help you, guide you, consult you, which route to take, which endorsement body to apply for. We also do a professional CV written and a LinkedIn profile for this visa requirement. We also help in personal statement and any three documents which you want us to help and write and draft for you. It could be either optional criteria one, it could be either mandatory criteria one, or it could be your LORs as well. We do any three documents for you, we write it and we give it to you. And then we have an overall review of where you stand, how you can make this even better, and then go for it. And the final one is the full journey support, where we do everything for you, where we do the comprehensive case strategy, we do evidence collection, we write the CV, LinkedIn, letter of recommendations, mandatory criteria, optional criteria, a personal letter, everything is something which is done by us. We also do a priority support on email. And as I said, again mentioning it, that we help only till stage one. We don't help in the visa part. So till the endorsement, we can help you with these kind of packages. and we can help you in your journey towards Global Talent Visa. Next slide, please. So yeah, thank you very much for attending this webinar. We also have a special offer. If you've attended this webinar, you can join our WhatsApp community. You can also book a call with us for a 30-minute consultation. And if you are on this webinar or if you are watching it on YouTube, you get a 50% discount. If you have waited till now and seeing our boring faces, maybe you you get a discount for it. You can use Web 50 and get a 50% discount. So we wish you all the best for your journey to Global Talent Visa. And Pranjula, over to you. Anything else which I missed today?
No, I think this is good. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. We have just put the link in the chat as well. I'm just going to do that
Yeah.
so that you have that for you to book if you want. Any questions? Are we taking questions today?
No, no, not today, not today. So
Okay.
today was the last webinar of 2025. So wishing all of you great holidays, happy holidays, great new year. And yeah, you have our email address, you have our WhatsApp group as well. Do feel free to reach out to us if you need any help, and happy to help you.
Thank you.